Good evening. Turn off the lights, lower the volume of the world around you, and listen carefully, because tonight's story doesn't need monsters. It only needs silence and the feeling that you are not as alone as you think. This is the story of the dog that licked. The protagonist of this story lived alone in an old house that creaked even when no one walked inside it. The kind of place where shadows felt too long and corners always seemed to watch you back. Her parents were gone for the weekend. No neighbors close enough to hear her scream. No signal on her phone. But she wasn't afraid because she had her dog. Every night he slept under her bed, a loyal presence, a warm breath in the dark. Whenever fear crawled into her chest, she would lower her hand and the dog would lick her fingers, gentle, reassuring. That meant she was safe. That meant everything was okay. That night, the rain started suddenly, heavy drops hitting the roof like fingers tapping impatiently. Then she heard it, drip, 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 coming from the bathroom. She held her breath and her heart began to race. Still, she lowered her hand from the bed. A wet tongue touched her skin. She exhaled in relief. "It's okay," she whispered. "It's just you." She closed her eyes, but the sound didn't stop. Drip, drip, louder now, slower and almost intentional. The sound seemed to mock the silence, filling every empty space in her mind. Was it just the leaky faucet or something else? Again, she reached down into the familiar darkness, and again the licking answered her, warm and sticky. This time it felt different, too slow, too deliberate. Something about it felt wrong, but exhaustion was a heavy blanket, and it pulled her back into sleep. When she woke up, the house was silent. No rain and no wind. The air felt thick, like it didn't want her to breathe. "Hey, boy," she whispered, her voice cracking in the stillness. No movement, no familiar panting from under the bed. She stood up, her bare feet cold on the wooden floor, and walked toward the bathroom. Each step felt heavier than the last. The door was slightly open. A thick metallic smell filled the air, clinging to the back of her throat. She pushed it open and screamed. Her dog was hanging from the shower pipe, his eyes wide, the tongue swollen, blood dripping steadily onto the white tiles below. Drip, drip. Her legs gave out. Her mind refused to understand what she was seeing. The loyal friend who had comforted her moments ago, gone. Then her eyes locked onto the mirror. Something had been written across its surface. Shaky letters, drawn with dark, drying blood. The message said, "Humans can lick too." Her breath stopped. Her blood ran cold, and sound came from behind her. A slow, wet inhale, warm and far too close. A voice, little more than a whisper, slithered into her ear. "You trusted the wrong mouth." The police found the house empty the next morning. No signs of forced entry, no footprints, no fingerprints. Just only one thing remained: deep, desperate scratch marks under the bed, and a single wet handprint on the mattress. Some say she disappeared that night. Others say she never left, and she still lives there, waiting. So if you ever hear a soft dripping sound at night, when all the faucets are off, don't move, don't look down, and whatever you do, don't trust the lick. If this story made your skin crawl, leave a like and subscribe, because the next story might be waiting right under your bed. Thanks for listening.